the tree of the knowledge of good and evil has penetrated everything in the world. Everything.
That's right.
Even the churches, the belief, taking this Bible, Satan has done a huge number. See, when I was sharing, right at the beginning, there was darkness first, right?
Yeah.
And darkness represented who?
Satan.
And devil,
Yeah.
right? Then comes light. If you think this is God, look, this is God. Only the God of the Bible could be like this. The God of agape love could be like this. Now you think of this. If you were going to have a tree that belonged to the devil, and that was the devil's principle, where would you have put that tree? Where?
Outside the garden.
Yeah, or somewhere
Yeah.
where nobody could get access to, right?
Of course, yeah.
But because God is the kind of God He is, that Jesus revealed, He put it right there in the midst of the garden. You had the both. God's principle of life, the tree of life, Satan's principle, the law of sin and death, right there.
Then you have the choice.
See? And we all are having that choice. When Elijah stated, okay, he says, how long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow Him. If Baal, follow him. Who's he talking to? The children of Israel.
That's right.
So what were they doing? They were following Baal. They weren't following God. They were following Baal. And he's telling them, how long are you going to be this way? We have to understand. That was Elijah the Tishbite, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who was the second Elijah?
Well, it would have been Christ, wouldn't it?
No. Think.
Just a minute.
Jesus told us who was the second Elijah.
John the Baptist.
John the Baptist.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Jesus told us John the Baptist was the second Elijah. We are told that we're going to have a group of third Elijah people living at this time. What will they do? They are going to bring to the world how long you're going to waver between two opinions. If the Lord is God, follow Him. If Baal, follow him. We are right here at that stage of the history of the world where God is calling all of us, Christians included, Sabbath keepers included, how long we are going to waver between two opinions. And the Sabbath what does the Sabbath stand for? What does Exodus 8 and onwards tell us? What does the Sabbath stand for?
Obedience.
Lord help me.
Obedience.
Stands for Jesus Christ.
Let's look at the passage. Must look at the passage. This is the first time we are told clearly in Creation Week, okay, very clearly in Creation Week,
Exodus 8?
Exodus
20,
Oh, 20?
Exodus 20, and we start from verse 8, okay? But we are told very clearly in Genesis, on the seventh day, God rested, which is the Sabbath, and He ceased from all His work. And then we look today, Jesus said, my Father's working and I'm still working.
Right.
Well, which means to say He did cease from working, but the moment Adam and Eve disobeyed God, ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, God had to come back and start working again. Doing what? Saving us.
Right.
See?
It's now really
So the Sabbath, according to what we understand, when it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, what is He talking of? The Sabbath day that was created in Creation Week, right?
exactly.
And how do we keep it holy? Well, a lot of Sabbatarians say, well, we shouldn't do this on Sabbath, you shouldn't do that on Sabbath, you should blah, 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 and just umpteen things you don't do on the Sabbath. It's got nothing to do with it. That's what the Jews did for the Sabbath. They had 600 and some things to make sure how you keep the Sabbath holy. What Jesus and what the Bible is telling us, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. How?
Yeah.
Verse 11, I'm jumping, okay? So keep it in verse 8, keep the Sabbath holy. Then he goes into verse 8, 11. For in 6 days the Lord God made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore God blessed the seventh day and hallowed it. So to keep it holy, we must remember, for in 6 days the Lord God did all of this. We must remember that he is what? The Creator.
Right?
Never to forget. Never to forget that Jesus Christ is the Creator. And if we forget that, then Satan has got us like he got Adam and Eve. See, that's why God gave the Sabbath to Adam to subdue the earth, which means to say he was to subdue the devil. If he hadn't obeyed the devil, he would have subdued the devil. Then what would have kicked in is he would have understood the profound significance of the Sabbath. All of us have lost the profound significance of the Sabbath.